It's August, which means it's officially time for all of the back to school, dreary boarding school, moody, dark academia fall vibes. Hi, if you don't know me, my name is Molly. I am a professional freelance book editor and a book blogger. So I've been talking about books on the internet since 2014. Glad that you stopped by. Let's get into it because this is one of my favorite times of the year when we can read books that are dark and moody and full of secrets and secret societies, rich kids behaving poorly. Who doesn't love it? So I'm going to share 5 dark academia books that I've loved and recommend highly, and then 5 that are on my list to read that I cannot believe I haven't read yet. We are starting, of course, with Donna Tartt's The Secret History. I feel like you can't talk about dark academia without talking about this book. This is the mother book of dark academia. This is a classic literary fiction book that follows a group of eccentric misfits who are a part of this elite college in New England. That's just the tip of the dark academia iceberg. This book is pretentious, but it has all of the moody vibes that we love. There are so many good, multi-layered, morally gray characters in this book. It is long, which I was a little intimidated by, and Donna Tartt's writing is a little on the flowery side, but it is beautiful prose. And I don't know, I was compelled to keep reading the whole way through. It's really a spellbinding book, so much so that it put me in a funk after I finished reading it because I just didn't want to pick anything else up. I don't want to say too much about the plot, but I will say there's murder, self-destruction, complicated friendships, secrets, all of the things we love in a moody dark academia book. Truly a wild ride. Next, we have The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. This book, if you know me, if you followed me on the internet, you know this is one of my top favorite books of all time. This is a literary mystery historical fiction thriller, very genre bendy, set in 1940s Barcelona. We follow a boy named Daniel who's an antiquarian bookseller's son, and he's mourning the death of his mother. He finds comfort in this mysterious book called The Shadow of the Wind by Julian Carax. And he finds it in this place called the Cemetery of Forgotten Books. And it's sort of like this secret, exclusive library of really old books. But when he tries to find more books by the author, he discovers that each one has been systematically destroyed one by one. There's murder, mystery, madness, love, so many twists and turns. It's a Gothic book. It's very dark and suspenseful. And if you love those moody vibes, you will definitely want to pick this one up. Next, we have Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno-Garcia. This is a Gothic horror mystery novel about Mexico's mining history and post-colonial history. I guess I should say it's inspired by those things. This is truly a chilling book. It kind of reads like a nightmare. Very dark, very grotesque. Dark academia vibes are there. This book is about a woman named Naomi who goes to investigate when she receives an ominous letter by her newlywed cousin. She goes to this creepy old house in the Mexican countryside called the High Place, and the house is like a character in and of itself. She goes to rescue her cousin, and she's kind of an unlikely heroine. People underestimate her all the time because she's sort of a socialite, debutante, sort of flirty kind of character, but her confidence is really high, and she goes and gets things done. She very courageously shakes things up at the High Place, and she goes and discovers some family secrets, some hidden histories that will make your skin crawl. Dark histories that threaten to lead to violence and madness. Again, very dark. I will say, as someone who doesn't read a lot of horror, I absolutely loved this book and I think about it all the time. Next, we have one of my favorite young adult paranormal historical fiction books. Very genre bendy as well, but this one's called A Great and Terrible Beauty by Libba Bray. I read this book so many years ago. I still think about it often, especially this time of year, because it takes place at a dreary boarding school, which we love. A Great and Terrible Beauty is about a girl named Gemma. She's 16 and it's 1895. She's shipped off from the life that she knows in India to go live at Spence, a boarding school in England, an all-girls boarding school, and this is following the suicide of her mother. I don't see this book on a lot of lists for like best dark academia books to read, but I think it fits the bill perfectly. A dreary, exclusive boarding school in England, a secret society of girls, secretive girls in general, complicated friendships, really like dark and grotesque imagery because she has these visions. So there's like a little bit of a paranormal element there. Mysterious, gothic, family secrets that are unveiled. It's really good. So this is book 1 in a trilogy, and they do get a little bit chunky as the books go on. But I loved this book, and I think it's almost time for a reread. The next book series I want to recommend is a little on the light academia side, but I wanted to mention it coming off of A Great and Terrible Beauty because I also read it many years ago and loved it, and that's The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. The whole Raven Cycle series is perfect this time of year. This is a paranormal YA book. If you like rich kids with too much power at an exclusive boarding school with a little bit of magic and found family thrown in, you're gonna love this book. The best friend group in this academic setting is so perfect. I wanted to be their friend so much, and I was so much older. This is also on my non-spooky books for autumn that still have that like unsettling, moody vibes. And that is a blog post that I will link down below if you're interested. But this book is about a girl named Blue and her family of psychics and how she one day meets this boy named Gansey who goes to a local private all-boys school. The series is kind of centered on her friendship with Gansey and the other friends in their group and how they're all tied together. For as long as she can remember in a family of psychics, Blue has been warned that she will cause her true love to die. And that is sort of like a driving question that you have throughout the series. She's never really given that prediction much thought before, but now that she is so intimately tied to Gansey, it's something that she is thinking about often. If you want to curl up with a hot chocolate and just read a cozy, dark book for fall, check this one out. Okay, moving into the dark academia books that I want to read and cannot believe I haven't yet. First, we have If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio. I know. I can't believe I haven't read it. This is a really popular dark academia book. This is a murder mystery thriller that follows a group of young actors studying Shakespeare at an elite arts college. So, I mean, how have I not read this yet? I've heard there's found family, and I've heard I need to prepare to be hurt. So, I believe this one came out in 2017. So I shouldn't have too much trouble finding it at the library, but we shall see. Next, I really want to read Catherine House by Elizabeth Thomas. This is a Gothic thriller about Catherine House, which is a school for higher learning. It's about a young student who discovers a secret about an exclusive group of students. Lots of hallowed histories, strange protocols, and perilous happenings. So, it sounds very good. Next, we have The Maidens by Alex Michaelides. I'm kind of embarrassed that I haven't read this one yet. I read The Fury and really enjoyed it. And I think that one was a little bit polarizing, but I loved it. I'll leave a review for that one down below. I've heard The Maidens is such a good one, and it's up there with like The Silent Patient. The Maidens is a murder mystery about a secret society of female students at Cambridge University. I've heard it's twisty and has a tie-in with The Silent Patient, so I might want to read that one first, even though that one I don't think gives as much dark academia vibes. It seems to be pretty unusual with a unique premise, and in true Alex Michaelides fashion, there are a lot of references to Greek mythology. So yeah, I'm gonna try to pick that up this fall. Next on my list is Babel by R.F. Kuang. I know. I can't believe I haven't read this one either. I think this is another mother of the dark academia genre. This book has to do with student revolutions, colonial resistance, really interesting friendships and world building. It takes place at Oxford University's Royal Institute of Translation called Babel. And Oxford is known as like a utopian center for knowledge and power. From what I've gathered, this book is about the magic of linguistics, and I think every book lover can appreciate that. Babel just seems really ambitious, and so I've been a little intimidated. I also haven't read The Poppy War, but I think if you're looking for dark academia books in a fantasy category that's a little bit chunkier, I think this could fit the bill, especially if you want it to be set in like a prestigious university that gives those academia vibes. Last but not least, we have The Library of the Unwritten by A.J. Hackwith. I am so obsessed with this cover. It's so beautiful. This is another librarian story. It's kind of giving me Cemetery of Forgotten Books, The Shadow of the Wind vibes. This is the first book in the Hell's Library series. Incomplete books reside in the Library of the Unwritten in hell, and the librarian's job is to track down restless characters. It's also giving Cemetery of Untold Stories by Julia Alvarez, which I really loved. Side note, you should go look that one up. This is adult fantasy. I do believe the dark academia vibes are there, and I'm excited to see for myself. So those are my 10 best dark academia books to pick up. I am going to be reading the final 5 because I know that they have a reputation for being really good books. If you've read any of these books or you have good recommendations for me, please leave a comment down below. Also, I have a blog post that I will share down below with the 32 top dark academia books to pick up. So make sure to check that out when you're making your reading list for this fall. Thanks so much for sticking around, and I will see you soon.